guy's sick. What's up? Before you say anything and tell me, Eddie, why the fuck are you in a suit? You did the intro in like different clothing. Let me explain to you what happened. I recorded the whole fucking video in that clothing last night. I sit down, it's 2 a.m, I'm about to start editing it. I'm thinking, dude, I hit the fucking jackpot. Hell yeah, this is sick as hell. The commentary was great. I did it in a short amount of time. Come to find out, the whole fucking thing was out of focus. The whole fucking thing. So what am I gonna do now? Well, I thought at first, I'm just gonna bum it out next morning, wear my pajamas, not give a shit. Cause you know, this is the fourth time I've recorded this video. The fourth time. But, you know, actually I'm going to go see Minions Rise of Gru later today with my younger brother. And I was already planning on wearing my prom suit from 2018.
Alex, we have time. We have 5 minutes. Make it to the Minions movie.
I thought, hey man, seize the day. This is a great opportunity. You're about to re-record the video. Let's do this video some justice and let's get it done right. So in lieu of me wanting to visit Disneyland, but it is 1, too expensive, 2, too hot because it is the summertime currently, and I only really enjoy going in the fall, I decided to, you know, hop on the tier maker website and find a Disneyland ride tier list. California Adventure is also included, so I didn't make this list. Shout out to whoever made this list. I just rewrote the ratings. The top tier is would sleep on overnight. I tried to hide at closing time just so I could ride this thing overnight. Realistically, is that gonna happen? Yes, you get what I'm saying. That's how much I like this ride. Top priority, everybody's got those rides that they want to hit for sure. Like, yo, this is on my list, we're doing this shit. I'm not spending an arm and a leg and a mortgage payment to fucking come here to not ride the teacups. Would ride between long wait times. So this is like a ride that is not your top priority, but it's something that you just kind of ride to pass the time. More so rides that are just like kind of convenient for you to get on. Would ride if I had nothing else to do. So you literally got everything out of the way that you wanted to do for the day. You don't want to leave yet because I feel like you're wasting your money, so you're just doing random shit at this point. Would ride if my only other option was a vasectomy. I think that says enough. Would take the vasectomy. I think that says even more. Alice in Wonderland. I like dark rides. I really like the design, like the set design and all of this ride. Like, there's a lot of colors. They get a lot done in that small amount of space that they have. Also, the line is never over like 30 minutes, so it's like you kind of just stumble upon it. You never really make your way to get on that ride, and if you do, why? Animation Academy. This is at California Adventure, and there are scheduled classes where a Disney animator teaches you how to draw a certain character. They have a whole like schedule lined up that you could look at outside of the building, so you can come back whenever you want. If you wanted to draw a particular character, pretty much anyone that you can think of, they provide the paper, they provide the pencils, and then you can compare how terrible your drawing skills are compared to whoever you're at the parks with. I would do it in between rides. Little Mermaid. My perception of Little Mermaid was tainted. I saw this, you know, it's not even a bad ride to begin with. Like, it's a cool ride. It's a nice dark ride. Nothing spectacular going on in it. However, I saw this video of the Ursula animatronic's head hanging off, like legit like a thread, and it was still moving around with the head like. And I watched that video before the first time I went on it. My only other option was a vasectomy. Astro Orbiter. I feel like the only reason I would ride this ride is so you can see the fireworks at night. It's like at the very front of Tomorrowland, and you can see like in front of the castle and shit. So if I had nothing else to do, Autotopia. Don't fucking lie to me. I know you like hitting the car in front of you, and I know you like hitting the car behind you. So don't lie. You know that there are bumpers on that car for a reason. Those cars are meant to bump. Bump away. Okay? Bump away. I am sick and tired of cast members telling me not to bump. That is the only reason people ride this ride. Just bump away. Bump. It's okay. It's okay to bump. In between long ride times. Big Thunder Mountain. I love this ride. You know, it's not the fastest, not the slowest, but it's still enjoyable. You know, I love the story it tells. Just like, I'm a miner, this place is about to blow up. Holy shit, I'm out of here. The dinosaur skeleton that you ride through at the very end. Pretty cool. Top priority. Yeah, it's not a good day without it. Pixar Pal Around. That's the Ferris wheel, I think, at California Adventure. Yeah, I think they have two options. You can go on like the still cart that just kind of like is very stable as it moves around, and then there's the one that swings. Like, why the fuck is that even an option, dude? Like, who wants that? I feel like this is a good option though, if like you're on a first date. What the fuck are you on a first date at Disneyland? Vasectomy point. And when I say vasectomy point, it's like saying gun point. Like, I'm about to snip your balls off, bro. Alright, fine, I guess I'll ride Pixar Palette. Shit. Blue Sky Cellar, this is pretty much like, you go to this spot and there are animators teaching you about like how they animate, like behind the scenes type shit. Sounds like a cool thing to do with my homies. Watch them get drunk. I'm DD, of course. I'll facilitate their downfall. Astro Blasters. This ride is amazing. It's old faithful. You never have to wait more than 15 minutes for this ride. You can stack up points and compare at the end of the day with your homies. And then that Buzz animatronic is pretty cool too. In between ride times. KCG and your circus train. Chip and Dale Treehouse. Would not want to do that. The Columbia is a boat that is always docked. I never see it moving unless they use it for like nighttime shows on the water. I'd love to ride this ride. If I had nothing else to do, I would ride it because I've never been on it. Davy Crockett Canoes. Okay, so this shit's hilarious. Why? Because I'm not trying to sound fucked up, but like your Disneyland goer demographic aren't necessarily like triathlon athletes. You got like 12 people in this fucking canoe rowing their life away. Like their life is on the line. And they have to get across this fucking lake. And you got one cast member on the front end, one cast member on the back end. They're just fucking heckling them the entire time. They're just like, hey, you gotta row faster than that. Hey, are we tired? Low key, that's just hilarious. And I would love to do it. And of course I'm joking, I'm not trying to offend anybody. If I had nothing else to do, I would do it. Disneyland Railroad, very nostalgic for me. They have a diorama of the Grand Canyon. They have a diorama of the, I want to say Triassic period. You got like these old animatronics from like the 50s, 60s, and it's pretty cool. It's a really big piece of history for like theme park innovation, I guess. That's the nerdiest fucking thing I've said all day. It gets you from one part of the park to the other. Not the fastest way, but it's a nice way to wind down. Would sleep on overnight. Donald Duck, I don't want to do that. Dumbo, I hate to spin. Emotional Whirlwind, I hate to spin again. Nemo, this ride was such a missed opportunity. Why do I say that? It's a re-theme of another ride. When you get re-themes of other rides, sometimes they're hastily made, so they don't look really solid. I mean, I guess I would do it if I had nothing else to do. Shooting Exposition, it's just like a laser shooting gallery. So you get like a rifle, there's like different targets all over the place. It's interactive, I should say, so you'll shoot a target and then something will happen in the diorama. I think it costs money now. It used to be free. If it's only like 50 cents, but still, like, I would still do it though, in between long ride times. Hyperion. So I'm gonna grade this particular attraction based off what it is, not the show that is on there. Right now it says it's Frozen. They literally show you a Broadway caliber show for no extra charge. They try to condense it within like an hour, and they do it efficiently because the one that I saw was Aladdin and I did not feel like anything was missed. You've got the fucking carpet flying through the air. That's like a bang for your buck sort of thing. Like in between long ride times. Go Coaster, never been on it. Goofy's Playhouse, would not want to be on it. Goofy's Sky School, never been on it. Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, fucking love this dude. President Lincoln is my favorite president. It has a special place in my heart. I feel like I relate to it a lot more than most people might. It's definitely one of my top priorities of the day. Grizzly River Run. I used to not like water rides because I used to get wet, but then I realized, hey man, get some fucking jeans. You'll dry up. It's just water. If I had nothing else to do, I would do it. And Credit Coaster. I really like this ride. I think that they did what they could. It's really hard to theme roller coasters and make it feel like it's dark ride-esque. So they use those tubes, they put the mannequin looking things up in there and like the lights and whatever. The only quarrel I have with this ride is that you've got like Jack Jack at the end, and there's like multiple of them because he's got like a teleporting power that they're trying to like emulate. It's literally a bunch of Jack Jacks on fucking poles. Like he looks like a lollipop. That looks like he's on a fucking popsicle stick. The illusion is just not there during the day. sick because you can see every single jack. What's supposed to happen is you're supposed to pass by a jack, ideally at night. One lights up, the other lights up, the other lights up, the other lights up. The illusion is that he's teleporting. I don't know, I feel like they could have done a little more. Top priority when I'm at that park. Indiana Jones Adventure, one of the only rides that I feel completely immersed in, and the theming is amazing. The second you stand in that queue, you're already like, fuck, I'm in the shit. Like, I'm about to fucking die. Like, some mummies are about to come up my ass and rip it off. It's a classic, man. You can't go wrong with it. Jesse's Critter Carousel, would not want to do that. Jumping jellyfish. Ah, fuck that shit. My first vasectomy. Snip, snip. Jungle Cruise, okay. I used to especially like it during the wintertime. They used to have a winter overlay that was called Jingle Cruise. Very charming. The animals got into some Christmas decorations. They're scattered around the river. But as of like a few years back, they got rid of Jingle Cruise. The last time I went during the winter, they didn't have it. It's still a priority, but it's just not like, you know. King Arthur Carousel, fuck you. Rock and roller coasters, fuck you. Mad Tea Party, big fuck you. Say once, say twice, and I'm gonna say for the rest of this video. I don't like to spin. You will never catch me riding a fucking trolley pulled by a horse. I do not support animal cruelty, but actually this looks kind of fun. Mark Twain boat. Same vibe as like the Columbia, I feel like. You're just vibing. I would do it in between rides. Matterhorn, I'm gonna put this up to I would ride overnight, and not for the reason you think. I do not enjoy this ride enough to ride it overnight, but if I ride this ride overnight, I will become a stronger man. And why do I say that? Because that Yeti, have you seen it? It's fucking scary. There's not one time I ride this ride where I'm not partially like closing my eye when I pass by him, but at the end of the night, I will face him. And I'm just gonna stare at him and face my fears. It's more of a character development thing for me. Meet Mickey, fuck you, I would rather not. Meet Minnie, I'll take the vasectomy, but not for the reason you think.
Hey guys, I think I'm gonna start excluding things that I don't give a shit about because this editing process is taking too long, so fucking fight me about it.
So the Monsters Inc. ride is the most underrated ride, in my opinion, because the theming is amazing. There is no dark ride that I've been on that is based off an animation that makes me feel completely immersed. Like, everything is there. Like Mike's odorant, the duck toy, the lockers. I would sleep on it overnight. It's amazing. Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. This is a fun ride you ride with your homies when they're buzzed from earlier at the Blue Sky Cellar. It's fun. It's a fun thing. It's like a dance party, but you're seated. And please don't get out of your seat because you're gonna die. Top priority. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Good for those who want to have a spiritual awakening because you go to hell in this ride. And let me tell you, just based off being in this ride, hell is not pretty. So, Peter Pan's Flight. I really like this ride system. It's suspended from the roof. I really like the London scene, seeing all the cars moving under you. It's like super cool. The only thing I have to quarrel with is that the ride times are super long. So I couldn't ride it between long ride times because it always has a long ride time, so I guess I'll make it a top priority. Pirates of the Caribbean. This ride is also an old faithful, you know? It's very immersive, very themed, very chillaxed. Since the like ride is so long, they can fit a lot of fucking boats on that shit. My favorite part is entering the building and seeing all the boats like ram into each other around that bend. And hearing that like rubbery sound, like, you know? So would sleep on overnight because it's one of my favorites. Radiator Springs Racers, really cool. Really technologically advanced. I just wish it went a little faster in the race part. The wait time is ridiculous though. It's a top priority when I go to that park in particular. Rise of the Resistance is also one of the most technologically advanced rides. They do an amazing job of making it feel like you actually are in the shit. Roger Rabbit. I'll take the vasectomy only because Jessica Rabbit's there. Pinocchio's Daring Jury. I will take the vasectomy because I'd rather lose my manhood than look at Pinocchio chained, screaming about why he wants to be a real boy. Like, fuck. It's a Small World. I like this ride, again, in the holiday overlay. It is a top priority for me. Millennium Falcon and Star Tours. are kind of like in the same boat because they're essentially the same thing. Millennium Falcon kind of created no need for Star Tours anymore. But Star Tours for a long time, for a lot of us, was the only Star Wars ride that we could get on. It was like the only tangible Star Wars thing we could experience. Star Tours is like your first home. Like, might have not been the best, but you loved it for what it was because it was your first home. Millennium Falcon is the bigger place that you're moving into. It's like 2.0, right? But you're always gonna have a special place in your heart for your first home. So these rides, I would say, are both top priority. Snow White's Scary Adventures, it was scary for a fucking reason. And I'm gonna just put a clip here. You see why I would rather have the vasectomy? Space Mountain, I love this ride because it's very nostalgic. It gives me that like 90s, 2000s vibe waiting in the queue. It's like that old corny idea of what people thought the future would be. I like that type of sci-fi. I guess I would sleep on it overnight. It's a cool ride. Splash Mountain, I enjoy this ride a lot. Like for me, the queue does a great job at creating suspense. Like the closer you get to the loading dock, like the more afraid you are because you know like there's a big ass drop somewhere along the ride and you're gonna get wet as fuck. I know that there's a lot of like racist kind of like correlation between this ride and Song of the South, and that fucking sucks because look at me, I'm brown. I think it's cool how they're gonna change it into Princess and the Frog, which is a perfect idea because Splash Mountain is located right next to New Orleans Square. Princess and the Frog takes place in Louisiana. Like it's perfect. It's a perfect thing. And then it also takes place in a bayou. So would ride between other rides. It's not my top priority. Haunted Mansion Holiday and Haunted Mansion. So I'm gonna do these both at the same time. Like the regular Haunted Mansion proper, like the OG one, is fine. It's fun, and it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Haunted Mansion, on the other hand, while it is still creepy, it is a lot more fun. And I think a lot more enjoyable, while the set pieces from Nightmare Before Christmas are awesome. I would make Haunted Mansion proper a top priority, but I would ride Haunted Mansion Holiday overnight. An unpopular opinion, I think Haunted Mansion Holiday should be there year round. Winnie the Pooh, it's fun. It's fun. Winnie the Pooh's fun because he has like an acid trip and he just like floats away, and it's cool. In between other rides. All right, sick. Well. Thank you for sticking by. Let me know what your top rides are below. I don't know. Fucking text me, because the only people who are gonna watch this shit are my homies. So tell me what you think. I appreciate y'all. If you guys have any quarrel with me over any of my decisions, please let me know so we can commence mutual combat. May the best man or woman win.